very good evening to you. My name is Rehab Bomboi. Today we speak to the one and only Mr. Robert Burale, a very inspiring man from the strip clubs to the pulpit. Good evening.
Evening, how are you?
Amazing.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you for having me.
Now you're a life coach, an image consultant, a PR and marketing strategist, a CEO, a pastor, a loving dad. But who is Robert Burale?
Wow, Mr. Robert Braun is just a man who wants to die empty when the time comes. I'm just a man who wants to empty myself to people based on what God has put in me. My mistakes, my highs, my lows, my tears, my laughters. I'm just a man who has been graced by God. I'm just a man who God has shown mercy for his kingdom. It's as simple as that. Forget about many other things. I'm just a man who has understood and has seen the mercies of God. And I'm standing here today, or sitting here today with you, because of the amazing grace of God.
Amen.
Yes.
Now, literally speaking, you're a jack of all trades. How do you manage your time so that you can be able to achieve all this?
The secret is working smart. And while you're working smart, work hard as well. Be hardworking in working smart. You can do so many things if you plan well. I don't rush like a headless chicken. I start my day at 4 in the morning every day, do my prayer, read my Bible, do my morning walk, and as I'm walking, I'm thinking, and then set my timetable for the day, decide what I want to do during the day, and by the time I'm going back home in the evening, I take stock of what I have done. And if you've done 80% of the things you had set out to do, that's a successful day.
You're a life coach. You speak so well. You've said lots of quotes. Where does all this come from? Is it prayer, or where does it come from?
Prayer, thinking. I have my thinking Thursday. I sit every Thursday for 3 hours with music in the background, just thinking, with a pen and a paper. As things come, I write down. And of course, I also read a lot. But I like thinking and prayer because God gives you revelation. Yeah.
Now, from strip clubs to the pulpit, what are the building blocks of the Burale we know today?
I think basically in the strip club, it's fun for a moment. But after that, the filth you feel, the emptiness you feel. And for a long time, it was a vicious cycle. Until one time I said, enough is enough. Okay, by the Spirit of God. Says, no, you've got to turn a life around. Because I can't be living a life of going to a strip club, waking up the next morning feeling filthy and empty, and then you go back again. You're going back to soothe your emptiness. But the emptiness doesn't really go away. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I decided to deal with it once and for all, and God helped me. And that's why I speak passionately about it, and to young people, that you should not be having this kind of thing, because you may not get another chance the way some of us did.
Many liken your story to a proverbial phoenix. You've had suicidal thoughts, slept hungry. How did you come out of this?
Focus, be a fighter, change some of your friends, look unto God.
Now, when it comes to changing your friends, it doesn't just happen like that.
No, but you have to be so bold about it, because some of the friends you need to change are the friends who you have fun with. It's easy to change a friend who you don't like, but sometimes the friends you don't like are the ones you need. So the difficulty in changing friends who really are good, you like having fun with them, but are not good for your upward mobility. If you want it so bad, you should be willing to do the crazy stuff, and that's cut off. It takes time, but start immediately.
And definitely when you're trying to change the friends, of course people will start saying this and that, like you die.
Yes, and that will be said. But if you're focused, if you know you're not doing it from a place of pride, let me tell you, let them speak, let them reject you, let them mock you, let them make fun of you. But with time, results will prove that you made the right decision.
Tell us the 4 groups of friends you need to have for you to be successful.
The one who knows all your weaknesses but doesn't judge you. The one who knows your strengths and wants to build you in your strength. The one who is where you want to be and will help you grow. The one who fights your battle even in your absence. Those 4, you'll go very far in life.
We've seen and had dramas in situations where parents divorce and their child and child maintenance, spouse maintenance, property issues. But we didn't see the same in your situation. What can others learn from you?
Be amicable. If you have a child with somebody, understand you're both parents. You have to have a united front as parents to raise that child. Otherwise, later in life, the child will start looking for attention in the wrong places. So maturity and respect and love for the child should propel you into having a very good balanced relationship.
Now, talking of the balanced relationship between you and your daughter, it is amazing. It's something most of us didn't have. What's her secret?
I love my daughter. I love my daughter very, very much. I love her very much. The idea is, as a father, the standard of a man, in as far as your daughter is concerned, is through the father. Her confidence is built from the words the father pours upon her. I need my daughter to know that she doesn't need to go out there for affirmation, because I already do it. And that for me will be my greatest reward when I'm old and gray and ready to, okay, I'm already gray, but much older, and I'm ready to go home, to be called home when I'm much older. I'll look into the heavens and I say, God, I took care of this child the way you wanted me to.
You're proud of your daughter?
Absolutely, she's a fantastic girl, very brilliant. She has my personality for some, actually, because my daughter's mother is a very laid-back background person, but my daughter is as loud as me. She's all over the place in a good way, and very, very confident. I love her, I'm proud of her, and I pray for her every day.
The image of this country is blurred and tainted with issues of corruption, unemployment, and to worsen the situation, companies are shutting down. What can be done to better the image of this country?
First and foremost, I tend to think we are our own worst enemy. We tend to amplify, and I'm not diluting the place of corruption. Corruption is a very bad thing, and we need to do something about it. But we cannot be at the forefront of amplifying only the negative about this country. And then we go ahead and complain that the international press, all they see is negative about this country. Well, even when you go on social media, we speak negative about this country. Why can't we one day decide to say the positive things? And let's see how the atmosphere will respond. But in as far as corruption is concerned, people who are caught must be put to book. They cannot just get away with it, because they are part of the reason we are suffering as a country. We cannot entertain corruption, but I do believe once in a while there's some good things we can talk about this country.
And what role do the youth have to play in this?
First and foremost is to have the right focus. Don't start living a life of craziness beyond your means while you're still in campus. I was sitting in a meeting and somebody said some people have already spent their first salary and they have not even gotten their first job. If you talk to people in campus, Fuliza, Tala, Branch, all those things. And so we are getting into a place with a mindset of debt and spending that which is not yours. So as the youth, let's be focused, let them be focused, let them do the right thing, let them be at the forefront of moral integrity, social integrity. And let me tell you, because the youth are the leaders of today, what they do today will hold them in good stead or bad stead in a few years to come.
You've expressed interest in the topmost position of this country, the presidency. When do we expect to see you vying?
I don't know, keep your eyes on the ground. One day I will be president of this country.
What will you do different?
I'll just be me. And I'm different. Yeah.
Better answer.
Now, recently, a youth died by suicide in one of the universities because of relationship-related issues. How can this be avoided?
I'll tell the youth who are dangling in relationships. Very few people are married to the people they dated while they were in campus. So it's not a matter of life and death. Don't put your heart into it. Keep focus, study. But when you put your relationship so much into your heart, when you're dumped, you want to commit suicide. And it's sad that we lost somebody like that, and may their soul rest in eternal peace. But to the ones who are still dating and you feel heartbroken, I want you to understand, when you're in campus, you're there to study. Some of your parents have had to struggle to educate you. Some of you are on bursary. Do not let anybody make you lose focus. Keep the main thing the main thing. There'll come a time when you're all well and successful, relationships will come. You will get married, you'll have children, and you'll live a fulfilling life.
Talking of dating in campus, how can youth ensure healthy relationships?
Having the right mentors to come and speak to them. Not just people coming here. You know, the campus people like too much noise, jumping up and down, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there comes a time you say goodbye to the fun and start now listening to some content. Some people who will tell you things about the future based on moral values and the right foundation. Otherwise, I'll just come here with a concert and we jump up and down and you sweat. It's like you're in a gym, but there's no building as far as mental capacity is concerned. So you got to get to a place you have the right mentors. When you have the right mentors, you will be handing over the baton of leadership, the baton of success, the baton of high moral standing to this youth who are the leaders of today. I don't say they're the leaders of tomorrow, because they will be leaders tomorrow, yes, based on what they do today.
Are you saying with the right foundation that these relationships that begin from campus can end up in marriages?
I know some people who met in campus and they're married, but because they kept the main thing, they kept their study, they kept their focus, they didn't go just sleeping around, and when they were both done, well, they have a family now.
Youths have gone to the extent of posting nudity for likes and comments. What does the future hold for our children?
Social media is an animal that has the good side and the bad side. If you don't have the right values, you're going to finish yourself. There's what we call the digital footprint. Social media never forgets. One day when you want to go for a top position, and 5 years ago you posted a photo of yourself nude, well, it will come back to bite you where it hurts most. So what I'm going to tell you, if you have the right values, value will tell you not to post nude photos. We are looking for attention, likes, because you don't have identity. That's what I'm saying again. Have the right mentors. Teach on identity, right foundation, and the future is bright.
You've reiterated a number of times that men are hunters and that women should keep them waiting until the marriage night. But some women have compromised. Is that their end?
It's not done for them. Compromise is bad, but as long as you're still alive, you can make amends. But don't compromise day in, day out, because you'll compromise so much, and then you see somebody you didn't compromise going away with the man you first compromised with.
What legacy do you want to leave?
I want to be known as a man who died empty. I want to be known as a man who made mistakes, but by the grace of God stood up. I want to be known as a man who owned his mistakes, who owned up to his mistakes, who faced his demon and understood what the grace of God has done for my life. And whatever the Lord has put in me, I want to be known as the man who was not selfish and gave that which the Lord put in me to other people. I just want to be like a pipe, just passing through the water to water other people as the Lord is watering me.
I want you to look at that camera and talk to the youth.
To the young people, I want you to know that focus is a fuel that will catapult you to a successful future. All I will tell you, once you have the right identity, nothing will stop you. Forget about these excitements of posting nude photos for the likes. Identity is an inside job. Keep the focus. It doesn't matter how your past has been, but as long as you're still alive, look at the future eyeball to eyeball and tell the future, I'm coming after you. And there are only two things. Number one is to succeed. Number two is to succeed the more. And success is not somebody who has not failed. Actually, success is the home of the people who once failed but got up over and over again until they got to the key that opened the door of everlasting success.
From the one and only Mr. Robert Burale. Very inspirational right there. And it has been me, Reha Bomboy. Keep subscribing and commenting. Till I see you again, it's a goodbye. Thank you.